Now that Glover Teixeira has managed to beat Jan Blachowicz, a lot of people think that it's a foregone conclusion that JIRI's going to easily beat Glover Teixeira. To be fair, from a conventional wisdom point of view, it makes sense. I mean, Glover Teixeira is 42 years old. I believe JIRI is only 26, if I'm not mistaken. He's probably in his 30s, but he's in his early 30s, if I'm not mistaken, or I think he's like 26 or something. And obviously he's got a very good age advantage over Glover Teixeira. On top of that, JIRI seems like a really dynamic fighter. Like, he seems like a fighter that a lot of people are thinking is the future of the actual light heavyweight division. So from that perspective, it seems like Glover Teixeira, even though he won the title against Jan Blachowicz, he was against a fighter who wasn't that much younger than himself. Obviously, Jan Blachowicz is only 38 years old, while Glover Teixeira is 42. So there's only like a 3-4 year age gap between the two. So they're both kind of part of a similar generation of fighters, even though Jan Blachowicz is 4 years younger. But with JIRI's a fighter who's like probably about like more than a decade younger than Glover Teixeira. So from that perspective, a lot of people think JIRI's just going to completely walk through Glover Teixeira and win the title. But I actually beg to differ. I think Glover Teixeira might actually give JIRI problems. And the reason why I think that is because we've not actually seen JIRI get tested in terms of his ground game. Now, he has been tested in his previous MMA fights, but he's predominantly a stand-up fighter. And it's the same with Jan Blachowicz. Even though he's got a black belt in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, we've not really he doesn't have a sophisticated ground game the way Glover Teixeira has. That's why Glover Teixeira was able to dominate him on the ground and managed to submit him. Now, I actually think a similar thing might be able to happen to JIRI. Don't get it twisted. I still think JIRI's probably rightly so the favorite to win the fight, but at the same time, I think it could be a potential banana skin for JIRI to fight Glover Teixeira. It's not a foregone conclusion that he's just going to win the title and just run through everyone. It's just not going to happen. I mean, there's a reason why he beat Jan Blachowicz to win the title, is because he's legit. And let's be real, he's been on form lately. He beat Anthony Smith, he beat Thiago Santos. I mean, right now you can argue that Glover Teixeira is as good as he's ever going to be, and now he's beaten Jan Blachowicz as well. So that's a hell of a resume, regardless of what you think about the guy. So yeah, from that perspective, I think a lot of people are getting carried away with JIRI, and I'm a huge fan of JIRI. He's one of my favorite MMA fighters at the moment. Like, people talk about Khamzat Chimaev, and I'm a fan of him as a fighter, but for some reason I really like JIRI. I feel like he's a dynamic puncher. If you look at his KO percentage, it's incredible, and he's already beaten good fighters, and he's exciting. He's almost like a light heavyweight Tony Ferguson, but with more punching power. I mean, Tony Ferguson is probably one of the most exciting fighters that I've ever seen in MMA. If he had more punching power, I mean, that would make him even more dynamic. So just from that perspective, he is definitely one of the most exciting fighters in MMA, and he's only one fight away from winning the title. And so, but I still think JIRI's going to have problems with Glover Teixeira. I've just got a feeling that his ground game is nowhere near as sophisticated to actually beat him. Now, don't get it twisted, he can beat him on standing up, and he's got the athleticism and the youth to do that. But I just think a lot of people are underestimating Glover Teixeira, and I think that there could be a chance that JIRI actually loses to Glover Teixeira. I can actually see it happening. Now, don't get it twisted, I don't have this fight as a 50-50. I'll probably have it more 60-40 in JIRI's favour, because he does have a lot of momentum going his way, and obviously he is younger. But at the same time, that 40% that Glover Teixeira has is significant, and if he pulled off the upset and managed to beat JIRI, I will not be that surprised. Now, don't get it twisted, I don't think Glover Teixeira is invincible. He is 42, but I'm just saying, from a stylistic point of view, I think JIRI's going to have a few problems with him. I don't think it's all gonna go his way, and I feel like Jiri's one of them fighters. He's not the most. He's like a Tony Ferguson to some extent. Even in the Reyes fight, when he managed to knock him out, and he was an incredible knockout. He himself said that he got buzzed in that fight, and he got hurt as well. So I don't think it's a foregone conclusion the way everyone thinks it is. But tell me what you think. Do you think he's gonna run through Reyes? Not Reyes, sorry. Do you think Jiri's going to run through Glover Teixeira, or do you think there's a very good chance that he can have problems with him? I think it's the latter more than the former. I think there's a very good chance that Glover Teixeira could give him problems. I just see it happening because it's just a style thing. But not only that, Glover Teixeira is on form at the moment. So from that perspective, I think there's a very good chance that he could pull off the upset. He can definitely pull off the upset. From that perspective. So yeah, tell me what you think below. Comment and like and subscribe to this channel. I've got a lot more content coming your way, and I can't wait to follow up with this, with all the action that's happening this weekend, with obviously Colby versus Usman and Justin Gaethje versus Michael Chandler, and the other plethora of fights that are happening. Peace out.